Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. If you like the content, hit the subscribe button, leave a like down below. So there's a little feature that they added in 2K25, and that's the third person camera. Now on the surface it looks like, oh, that's just, third person camera, no big whoop. However, there is so much potential that they could use with that third person camera that they could literally revolutionize the entire franchise with that one simple addition. Here's how. All right, number one. So just like in AEW Fight Forever, one of the few things that it got right was it made the entrances interactable. In AEW Fight Forever, it allows you to basically change the camera, and this other thing that I want them to add to the next WWE game is you have full control over your pyro. Now, right now in 2K25, you can control the camera to an extent. It's not like super crazy, but it's enough to where it's actually fun and engaging, and it makes the entrances actually feel like it's a mini game in a sense, Now, a lot of people are probably like, oh, well, you're just changing the camera around. That's no big whoop. I don't think you understand. If you've been playing these games since the very first one, SmackDown on the PS1, every single year you watch the entrances and you can't do jack. You can skip them, or you can sit there and just watch them over and over, the exact same animation over and over and over again, and after a while it gets old. Actually, it gets old real fast if you've been playing as long as I have. So just the simple addition of being able to change the camera, interact with the entrance itself, is huge. It's a mini revolution in itself, let alone having it during gameplay. So next year, if they could somehow make it to where you can control the pyro when the pyro goes off during doing all the camera stuff, holy crap, we're onto something here. You're making the entrances more engaging. I would really hope that the end game for the entrances itself would be basically allow you to take full control of your wrestler, and you dictate when the pyro goes off, what the camera controls are, and how long it takes you to get to the ring. Obviously, they can have a timer in the corner so you don't sit there for an hour for your entrance, especially for online play, but you get the idea. So just having pyro added to it would be really fun. Number two, in the My Rise mode, allow the player to walk around in the scenes in between the matches, and they could even hide collectibles throughout the various areas for unlocks in other modes. Example for a level would be like the WWE archives. With the third person camera and being able to look around and look through the area, it'd be really cool if they had like little trophies you couldn't get, or old championships, or just WWE memorabilia that they've had over the years, like Slammy Awards and all that stuff. They could have a mission where you have to find someone's Slammy Award and he lost it in the WWE archives, and it's just this little side thing. You could totally ignore it and just go on to your match, or you can do these little bonus things that really, I don't know, it's world building. It's world building in a wrestling game. The revolutionary thing that I was hoping the island would be, but who knows, maybe the island will evolve and get better over time. But I feel like for My Rise in particular, we don't need like a huge island to explore. Just allow us to walk around in the segments in between the matches. That's all I'm asking for. That would be super fun. And like I said, they could hide little trinkets or little things in there just to make it more feel like a video game. Anyway, so yeah. Then in number three, on the island itself, allow the player to switch to first person camera to walk around the island and truly explore and take in the sights. So for the island itself, it's got some pretty cool visual locales that you can look around at with the current setup, because it obviously has the third person camera when you're walking around. But it'd be really cool to just have, like, you click the joystick, it goes into first person, and then you could just look around at like the cool pyramid, the arenas, just everything they've built for the mode, because it is, despite the monetization, it is a really cool idea. The island, I really think the idea of it is really cool, like I've said in most of my videos. But yeah, just having that first person camera would be awesome. Entrances, back to entrances again, because I thought of this as I was making this list. Add in the first person camera with the ability to look around while your character does their entrance animation. So you know how like you can you can control it right now, and it's third person and it's stuck in a certain view. Imagine being able to switch basically to the eyeballs of the wrestler, and you can look around. Not their head won't move or anything, but it's just the camera looking around, right? So basically, you're the face, and you could walk around. You could look at the audience. I mean, that would make it so immersive and so cool. I'm shocked they haven't done it yet. Now, Wrestling Empire did add a first-person mode for wrestling, and so when you're coming out to the ring, it's super cool. But when you're doing matches, like, you kind of get motion sickness because you're taking the bumps and you're like, what? And you're looking everywhere. I don't need that extent, but for entrances and stuff, I think first person would be a really cool addition. So you can actually feel like you're the wrestler. You could feel like you're Cody Rhodes. You could feel like you're John Cena or whoever. You're a created wrestler, and like you're in the arena looking at everybody. That would be a super awesome addition to it. On to universe mode. In universe mode, once they figured out how to get the promo, we just got promos back, so this might take a while, but allow camera controls for promos. So when they're sitting there doing promos and stuff, it'd be cool to be able to control the camera or even go into first person mode there and look at your opponent when you're doing your promo. That would be really cool too. So yeah, in universe mode, allow third person and first person camera for promos. Now, number 6, add in screenshot camera controls with frames, filters, the works, and it'd be really cool to have a pause and rewind feature for single player. So you know how in most games they have like a screenshot thing where you can take in-game screenshots and it has a filter and everything and it goes into screenshot mode. I am shocked after all these years we don't have that in a WWE game. Now, you could argue they have the replay feature where you can go in and do stuff that way and make videos and stuff, but it'd be cool just to have it on the menu. Let's say you're playing single player, something really cool happens. You should be able to pause, rewind that segment, get the perfect camera angle, and take tons of pictures and stuff. And heck, even a couple little video. I know for the PlayStation 5, I'm not 100% sure on the Xbox, but on the PlayStation 5, it does have a built-in, taking pictures, and you can record up to the past hour of gameplay, so you could go that route. But I'm talking about like an in-game camera editor, picture screenshot thing where you can really go nuts with it. That would be super cool for like YouTube creators and just people that love being creative. Imagine getting all these cool just different shots of your character doing their finishing move and all that kind of stuff with an in-game camera thing. I'm not talking about the replay thing. I know you can do it that way too, but I just think that'd be super cool, be able to pause at any moment and do that. For the special guest, number 7, special guest referee matches allow first-person controls. Now, for that, I feel like that wouldn't be too jarring because you're literally just reffing, right? I mean, how cool would that be if you're walking around in first person reffing the match? It would feel like you're really the referee. I'm shocked they haven't included that yet. I feel like I know they just brought it back last year in 2K24, but I think it'd be so cool if you could have the first person controls while you're reffing. And if they're worried about people getting motion sick, they could just have it zoom out when you're doing the ref count and then go back in if they kick out or when you stop counting. There's a ways around it to really have fun with it. Now, the last thing I wrote down when I was thinking of this video is, and sorry, that was my phone clicking again, is have a camera lock-on feature. So when you lock onto your opponent, the third-person camera would automatically just follow them the entire time. It kind of does that when you're throwing them against the ropes. The camera will auto turn around so they're not going off into the where you can't see. So it does that a little bit, but I feel like if it had an option to, when you lock on, it already has a lock-on feature already where your wrestler's locked on to a certain person, but it'd be really cool if they had a camera lock on while using the third-person camera, so it just automatically adjusts behind you the entire time. That would be super cool, and it could be just a simple click of the joystick or something. I feel like they could figure it out. I mean, they did such a good job, in my opinion, with the third-person camera controls. I thought they would have to rearrange everything. No, you just simply hold down the trigger. I've said this a million times, and you have access to all the moves still. Perfect, genius. Way simpler than what I was thinking. I thought they were going to have to remap everything to make that work, but no, they figured it out. So anyway, those are just some ways that the camera itself could completely revolutionized the entire franchise, in my opinion. I'm a big fan of the third-person camera. I didn't think I was going to be. I thought it was intriguing. I'm like, oh, that might be a little weird. But after playing the game for probably 10 hours straight, well, not in one sitting, but 10 hours cumulatively, or whatever you want to call it, in that third-person camera perspective, it changes everything. It feels like a whole new freaking franchise. It feels like an evolution. It's weird. It's like all the gameplay and everything's the same, but just being able to look at the arena and interact with things, it makes it more immersive. And that's how I feel about it. Sound off the comments below. Do you like the third-person camera? Do you hate it? It's okay if you do. What are some things you would like to see with the camera controls in the future games? And as always, stay frosty.
Spotlight with this victory.